This is an audio description of a trophy head made during the 18th or 19th century. Although the maker is not known, the head, made from gold, weighs 1.36 kilograms and measures 20 by 14 centimetres. The trophy head was made in the West African state of Asante, in present-day Ghana. It is one of the largest historic gold objects from Africa outside Egypt, and is among the most important and famous works of Asante art. It probably depicts a high-status, defeated enemy who has been decapitated and who would have been attached to a ceremonial sword. State swords were part of Asante regalia and intended for public display. The Asante employed different sword ornaments, among which such gold heads were a common motif, often called heads of Worosa. Worosa ruled the northern Banda state. He was reputedly assassinated by Asante Kingdom, or King of Asante, Osei Kwadwo, possibly around 1765. His crime was killing Asante traders. The first casting of Worosa's head was probably made soon after, and more followed. Given its wear and damage, the head in the Wallace collection might have been an early cast. The head is a shell of pure gold, small and fragile. A blow at the top of the skull has made large holes and crumpled the rest of the surface in places, particularly the forehead. Some features have become slightly askew, making the head of a once imposing warrior appear vulnerable and almost as if he is in pain. The eyes look half closed, narrow, elongated ellipses that come to a point at either end. They are outlined by thin cords made of gold etched with fine lines representing eyelashes. The eyeballs are also elliptical, slightly raised, and with no marks to suggest iris or pupil, they appear sightless. The left eye has a gash through the centre, leaving a dent from the forehead to the cheek below. This damage has shifted the eye a little higher than the other. The shattered cheek has been repaired with small sheets of gold that overlap and are fastened to the side of the nose with two tiny gold pins. The long, strong line of the nose itself is very slightly curved to the right, and the bridge badly damaged. The nostrils are broad and flat, and the mouth wide and generous, even sensitive. The top lip is a single sweeping curve. Seen from the side, the nose turns down at the tip and the mouth pouts a little. Just above the mouth at either side is a short round peg that sticks out like a little tusk and which may have a ceremonial meaning. Around the chin curves a thin crescent of gold, etched with fine, straight lines that suggest a stylized beard. The ears are prominent, a single raised C-shape of gold set in a slight depression in the side of the head, with other parts of the ear within the curve also delineated. Just in front of each ear is a coffee bean-shaped keloid or raised scar. At the back of the head is an enormous cavity, which was part of the original design of the head. The jagged edges were made by subsequent damage and reveal the fragility of the gold. This cavity allows us to inspect the inside of the head, where the rough inside plane of the face is visible. An area of crumpled gold leads down to the smoother parts of eye sockets and nose. The surface of the exterior of the back of the skull is rough and pierced here and there with smaller holes and cracks. The backs of the ears, where they are joined to the skull, appear quite thick and smooth. In the lobes are the holes where earrings may have hung. The thin crescent plate of the beard is visible from the back, the fine lines less meticulously drawn. Underneath, in the centre, is a small gold loop where the head was attached to a ceremonial sword, positioned so it would hang upside down for display. At the top of the skull, where the damage is worst, there are still small areas that help to tell us what Worosa once looked like. Small patches remain, made by rows of tiny circles of gold, like tight curls of hair that stand proud of the skull. Several of these curls are on a battered section, just above the forehead. At the back, the shape of a larger section is outlined by a fine cord of gold, similar to the one around the eyes. It comes to a point at the back of the head, just above the large cavity. 3 of these small curls stand like tufts over each ear. Between them and the cavity, the gold is relatively smooth, apart from a couple of dints, giving the impression that the head was shaved, leaving the hair in a stylized pattern over the skull. The beard, the hairstyle, and the pierced ears provide clues about the ethnic group of the represented person, presumably that of the unfortunate Worosa, since they don't match the traditional features of the Asante people. The Asante built one of Africa's most powerful states, famous for military power and vast wealth. Their political and cultural centre was Kumasi, where the Asantehene had their palace and impressive gold treasury. The trophy head was taken from Kumasi by British forces during the Anglo-Asante War of 1873 to 1874. It was sold to Garrard & Co. Limited, the Crown Jeweller in London, from whom Sir Richard Wallace bought it, together with a few more Asante objects, including swords, knives, and gold rings.